sleep. Go to sleep. Lida, honey, you come here and watch your sister for a minute. Come on.
Folks always said there was something a mite unusual about little Annie. She could kind of hold her own, they said, right from the start. Now, we got a lot of legends taking up space here in America. Some are true, some are truer. But the truest of them all is the legend of Miss Annie Oakley. You see, Annie really did live and grew up right along with our country. And everything I'm going to tell you in this tale is true and actually did happen, one way or another. Now, as you may have noticed, Annie's folks weren't fixed up too luxurious. But the first thing you ought to know about legends is sometimes they get their starts in the humblest places. Sometimes that's what spurs them on to become legends. Leastways, that's the way it was for Annie.
Annie! Annie! Now, where is that child?
Now, if you'd have told this little snip of a girl she was going to grow up to see London and Paris and Oklahoma City and be famous around the whole wide world, I think she'd have looked at you a little strange. Why, they scarcely had enough to eat. And after Annie's daddy got himself sick and died, they just couldn't have been any worse off. Another girl might have sat and sighed. But Annie Moses she was called then, she had this drive, this all-fire determination to do something, anything, even hauling out her pa's old musket. And that's where it all started.
Little John, Lida, come on, settle down. It's dinner time. Settle down. Now, here you are, Holder. You remember now, if you don't eat all your nuts, you don't get any berries, okay?
Now, there's something a body could eat.
Annie, how did you get that? What did you do?
I don't know, Ma. I just kind of aimed, and I just knowed.
So little Annie started feeding her family and selling her grouse in the nearest town, Greenville it was called. And before you knew it, she was all growed up, still with that same uncanny aim.
Oh, how you doing? $15? Mama, I can't take that. It's for Cincinnati. Cincinnati? Honey, you've been working like a dog since heaven knows when.
I know, Mama, but I like it. And anyway, we're selling now to Greenville and Midville and all the way down to Cheviot.
Honey, we're set up pretty good here now. And you haven't seen your sister Lida in years. Not since she got married. And they just got that pretty little house, she says. And I know that they would be downright thrilled if you would come and stay with them.
I guess you ain't going to get rid of me.
Reckon so. It'd be a mighty good thing for you, honey.
Well, I guess I could go. For a bit. It's just such a long way away, Mama. I'm gonna miss you.
You can ride. But you remember now, the Pony Express rates go down after 11 p.m.
I know.
Go, Annie, I see good things ahead for you. You was always aimed in the right direction.
Mama. I'm gonna be back.
Oh, I know. I know.
I love you, Mama.
I reckon you'll be taking the carriage to town.
Nope. I think I'm gonna take me on that new railroad thing.
Annie, you can't. right. Oh, beloved sister, do come in. Wait till you see it. It's so pretty. Joseph!
Oh, lady, it's beautiful.
Oh.
Now, what do you call this area again? Walnut Hills?
Walnut Hills. Oh, Annie, this is East Walnut Hills. We're practically in Hyde Park. Really? Walnut Hills? Next thing you'd have us living on the waterfront. Joseph? Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Where'd you get that rag?
It's your dress, don't you remember?
Really? No? No, I don't recall that. No, I don't fancy I recall that.
Where'd you get that laugh?
What laugh? I've always laughed like this.
No, you didn't. You used to laugh like this, remember?
Oh, Annie, I never laughed like that. Oh, Joseph. Oh, Joseph, this is my beloved sister.
Beloved sister? You wouldn't by chance be the beloved shooting ace, would you?
Joseph, now Annie's coming here to be a young lady now. A refined, elegant, fastidious young lady.
You know, we've got this refined, fastidious, elegant shooting gallery.
Joseph, now you pay him no mind, Annie.
Oh, where exactly is this, a refined, elegant, fastidious shooting gallery?
It's at the refined, elegant, fastidious beer garden.
Damn blasted, I said no! It's not what a damn blasted lady does! Oh, my. Oh, my. Annie, I know that you want to do the right ladylike thing. And I just know that you know what the right thing is to do now, don't you? I mean, how very, very clever of you, dearest sister.
Annie, this is incredible.
Yeah?
Annie, I've got an idea.
Now, Joseph.
Will you shush? Have you ever heard of Frank Butler?
Frank Butler! Oh, now, Joseph, I don't think this is proper. Do you think we get to meet him and all?
Who's Frank Butler?
Isn't he something?
Yep, and he ain't bad looking either.
Oh.
Well, good day to you, friends. Come to watch me practice?
It's him, it's really him. Oh, Mr. Butler. Oh, Mr. Butler, I'm such a big fan. I
thank
admire
you.
you, truly,
Thanks
I
very
do.
much.
And Annie, show some respect.
I don't fawn ladder.
Actually, we've got a little challenge for you.
Oh, a challenge, eh? Little treat for the ladies?
Well, no, actually, this is our challenge.
Yeah, look, mister, I don't have time for joking.
Oh, no, Mr. Butler, no, it's no joke. She's my sister, and yesterday we were over at the shooting gallery. No, you should have seen her. Blam, blam! In a ladylike way, of course. And, oh, Annie, shoot something, go on, show him.
Not if you don't want me to.
Oh, Mr. Butler, she's so good you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, now look, little lady, you see, this ain't exactly the same as a shooting gallery, and this isn't the stuff that a little girl could do. Now, I'll give you an example. See those cans way, way over there? I'm talking about those little teensy weensy cans.
Those ones?
What's your name, girl?
Phoebe Ann Moses. But everybody calls me Annie.
All right, now you see those bottles there?
Yeah.
You take the one on the right, I'll take the one on the left.
Annie, maybe you should let him win.
I don't fawn light, and I always do my best.
Annie, it's not ladylike. Oh, my.
All right, let's try the clay pigeon.
Now, that is no way to talk about my sister.
Ladies first.
Pull!
Hit!
It's off a little bit.
Pull!
Well, Annie beat the pants off Mr. Butler that day. Funny thing was, Mr. Butler didn't seem to mind a bit.
Maya!
Congratulations.
So Annie and Frank set out together. Young Frank had some mighty fine plans for the two of them. Just like Ma said, Annie always seemed to aim in the right direction.
Well, I still say we should have told her.
Light, I could have never taken it, not in a million years.
But that's why I wanted to tell her. Her baby sister, part of a shooting team. She'd have died.
Not a team. Not a team. I have a better idea. Just you.
Frank, what are you talking
Just
about?
you, all by yourself.
Frank, wait a minute.
I've
Wait
been
a
thinking
minute.
about it. It's a good idea.
I've got something to tell you. You don't look like a Frank to me. You look more like, Jimmy.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Now, what are you saying? You're going to give up shooting?
Sweet pea, as you know, I am a practical man. Now, I deal in realities. And the reality is that you have very green eyes. No, I mean, there's more than that. The reality is that you shoot better than me.
No.
In fact, you shoot better than just about anybody I ever saw in my life.
Go on.
Now, what I lie to you,
Certainly. For one thing, my eyes are blue.
honey, you're going to be a star. And I'm going to be your manager.
Jimmy, are you saying you're going to give up shooting for me?
I'm not giving anything up. I'm gaining for us. And we are a team. For the rest of our lives. Okay, the question is, what's your stage name going to be? Now, it can't be Butler. You got to have a name of your own. Annie Moses.
Oh, no, Jimmy. It's got to be something special.
Welcome aboard the Erie Railroad, friends. Next stop, Schimmelheimer, Schmidlap, Grindeldorf, Grinstead, Sausage Row, and Oakley.
Annie Schimmelheimer. Oh, well, I'll think of something.
Okay.
Well, where are we heading now, Jimmy?
Oh, honey, I got a plan. I got a plan. You remember a fella named Buffalo Bill?
Buffalo Bill Cody the Scout?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my. I read all the books about him. Buffalo Bill on the Prairie, Buffalo Bill and the Indian Girl, Buffalo Bill Cody?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Buffalo Bill's Rocky Mountain and Prairie Exhibition. Ah-ha! Featuring some of the truest wonders of the wildest prairies, just as they really happen. Yeah-ha! And now, ladies and gentlemen, a reenactment of the famous Pony Express. Ah-ha-ha! Ah-ha!
Jimmy, I thought you said this was a big-name outfit.
Now a roping demonstration by Pete Williams.
Mr. Cody!
What? I'm not Cody. Cody's out. Are you from the bank?
My name's Frank Butler.
You're not from the bank.
Got a little proposition for you.
Now, look, can't you see I'm a busy man? I got a show to put on here. Frank Butler, the marksman?
That's right.
Say, I heard of you. You're supposed to be really good.
Well,
And maybe we could use you. Of course, we're kind of booked up right at the moment. But why don't we get together after the show? We'll talk things over.
well, it's not me, you see. It's my wife.
I don't think I quite rightly heard that. For a moment there, it sounded like you said your wife.
Yeah, you heard me right. Now, I'm being straight with you, Cody. She is a markswoman. Now, she's much better than me. What I was thinking, we could make it a Wild West show with her trick shooting, the whole thing.
Listen, mister.
Of course, it's a bit of a problem now because she's real busy, what with all her engagements and all. But I was thinking, for you, we could work something out.
Listen, buddy, let me give you a hint. This is a big show. This is the big time. This is big business. Well, the gist of what I'm trying to say here is, you bring me a trick shooter, fine. A roper, okay. But I got no place in this show for a young girl. See, what I need is someone who could hit this. No!
Have a drink on me, Cody.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Annie Oakley. Ladies and gentlemen, that peerless sharpshooter, Miss Annie Oakley! Ladies and gentlemen, the newest sensation, that brilliant markswoman, that little girl of the Western Plains, Miss Annie Oakley! And now Miss Oakley demonstrates her uncanny and devastating accuracy. And just like any other wife, Miss Annie tries to get her husband to cut down on his card playing.
Your first story. By far the star attraction of the Wild West show was Little Miss Annie Oakley, whose name should have been Annie Schimmelheimer.
Oh, it doesn't
whose peerless...
say that.
No, it doesn't, but it does say star attraction. You see? It's happening. Oh, sweet pea, just like I said.
Well, save it and I'll send it to
I
Mom.
tell you, we're gonna have a room full of these before you're done, honey. You're just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you some kind of dribble.
No, you're bringing them in, honey. And Cody's building up the show. You'll see.
Princess! I got someone here who'd like to make your acquaintance.
Chief Sitting Bull.
Yeah, the governor brought him and a delegation of Indians to see the show.
Chatakota, Huaste, Batanya Cisalia.
Oh, Miss Annie, he says he is very honored to meet the greatest shooter he has ever seen.
Oh, well, please tell him thank you and that I'm deeply honored.
Wichasa.
That's it. Butter the old buzzard up.
Cody?
See if you can get him to join the show.
Cody!
Come on, Chief Sitting Bull, in our show, we can reenact Custer's last stand.
Ah, he has given you Indian name, Watanya Cisalia, Little Miss Shoreshot.
Little Miss Sure Shot. Oh, it's beautiful.
That's great. We'll use it on the poster. Tell him we'll give him credit.
Cody!
Come on, Princess. I've been working on the old buzzard all day long. I would go to $40 a week. All right, brother. Tell you what. Tell him I will pay him $20 a week. Okay? 20 big, round American dollars.
Wichasa kile masiska, wicham nanam, oko, wiolisha.
Winshimaya, Monka.
Chief has asked that he make you his honorary daughter.
daughter. Please tell him that my own father died when I was just a little girl, and I would be honored to have such a great man as my father.
That's great. See if you can get him at a special dad's rate.
Oh, Cody, don't you ever stop.
Will you please use your charm? Do something here. All right. Now tell him I'm willing to go as high as $25 a week. 25, 7 suns, 7 moons. 25, big money.
Wichasa here, Wichemna Io Oko Io Hila.
Bunchimaya. Washte.
He'll sign.
Good.
$50.
$50. That's a fortune.
Oh, come on, Bill.
I wouldn't pay that to Custer, and he's dead.
He is worth that and then some,
Just
and that's what I get.
Think of the headlines, Bill.
And Miss Annie must ask him.
Please tell him that I would be honored if he, my father, would join us.
Yeah, here. Have a seat, Chief.
I hate trading with Indians.
Oh, Cody.
50. Thank you very much.
Annie.
Oh, buzzard.
I am so happy that you're joining us. I hope you are happy here with us.
I'll be as happy as an old bee.
Nevertheless, Buffalo Bill did okay. Turned out folks were more than a bit curious to see Sitting Bull. Thousands of folks poured in to see the show. And before long, Cody got himself the notion of taking the setup on the road. Just like Jimmy said, Annie kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And in no time at all, it seemed they were headed for the biggest town of them all. A town whose name even today strikes awe and admiration into the hearts of American men and women. But Annie was finding out stardom wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
Annie, I hear it's all tricks, ain't it?
They're back again. Cody, where have you been? I have been waiting and waiting for you.
Oh, the Queen summons me to her humble abode. Hello, Bo.
I need your help here, Cody. This fan mail, I must be getting 200 letters a day.
200?
Yes, in between the press conferences and the interviews and the...
You get 200 letters a day?
Yes, and the photographers are following me around everywhere I go.
They do? That reminds me, I want you wearing something frillier.
Frillier? I'm saying I don't want them around at all.
Not want photographers? Where's your business sense, woman? This is New York. This is the big time. This is publicity. Why don't you start wearing a bow in your hair? Make yourself look younger. Bye, Bo.
A bow? Want me to wear a bow in my hair? Fine. Fine, I'll just wear a little bow in my hair. He wants me to wear a bow in my hair. You know, he's got an entire character written for me. I gotta act a certain way. I gotta dress a certain way. I have to be sweet and demure. He doesn't listen to a word I say. He doesn't listen to anybody. And these people, why won't they just leave me alone? They don't know me. What do they want from me? You know, it's all wrong. It's just all wrong. I hate it.
Annie,
I hate it. I just don't know who I am anymore.
let me say something, Annie. Have you ever thought about the way my people are portrayed in the show? And in every Wild West story you hear, they call it savages. Wild men who attack peaceful settlers and ambush innocent soldiers. Never occurs to anyone that we've just been defending our own land, our home, against foreign invaders.
Your own land.
The crowd boos me when I ride out, don't they? Well, it used to disturb me. But one day I realized it doesn't matter.
Oh, but it does. It's wrong.
No, Annie. It's not what they think that matters. Your public is ephemeral. It's what you think, what you stand for. Your character. That's what matters.
But what is that? I mean, who am I?
You're a brilliant marksman, Annie. Guadagna Sicilia. The romance of the West.
I know, but I feel like a runaway colt. Nothing to tether onto.
You have your shooting. You have me. And you have Frank.
And I have Greenville.
Yes. Yes. These are your roots, Annie. Your home. That's what you should cherish. It's your core. It's who you are. History will remember you as a brave, strong woman who could shoot like an angel. An angel who stood up for herself. These people mean no harm. They just want to reach out and touch history.
So when you're out there riding around and they're booing you like, what you're saying to yourself that whole time is, I know who I am. I know who I am.
No, Annie. When they're booing me, what I actually say to myself is, $50 a week. $50 a week.
Annie started feeling a mite better after that. She could see Buffalo Bill was just a man who loved his show.
Ladies and gentlemen of New York City, tonight, right here on Staten Island, in honor of the greatest state in the Union, the Empire State, and with the aid of the very latest in modern wizardry, 80s technology, we are proud to present our very first night performance. Calcium flares, on!
That old Cody sure does like his gadgets, doesn't he?
And now, America's national entertainment, the one and only, genuine and authentic, unique and original, Wild West Show! Including, as you know, the war chief of the Fighting Sioux, that feared and famous warrior of the Western Plains, Chief Sitting Bull. And now, may I introduce our biggest star, the peerless lass, the lovely maid, the little girl with the magic gun, Little Miss Sure Shot.
See? You're a hit, I told you, didn't I?
Oh, it sure did, Jimmy.
Miss Annie Oakley! And now Miss Annie will display her consummate and incredible nerve and skill.
From an angle never before tried, Miss Oakley will shoot a bullet at the tomahawk with such accuracy that the bullet will split, shattering both crystal balls with only one shot.
And like every good wife, at the end of the day, Miss Annie sees that her man needs to light up and smoke. But she also knows that it's bad for him.
Annie dazzled all right, and she was enjoying it. Soon she could handle those press boys like nothing.
Sure it ain't a trick, Missy?
And she was enjoying her fan mail, too.
Jimmy, look. It's a letter from Mark Twain.
Some fans were as famous as she was.
Yeah, but who's this Samuel Clemens? Look what Al Graham Bell sent over.
Telephone.
Miss Oakley?
Yes?
I'm Thomas Edison.
With all those new telephones and telegrams and railroads sprouting up, word traveled like wildfire. You see, she was starring in the best and biggest show of that time, a show that brought a little nostalgia back to all those big new cities. Folks just couldn't get out fast enough to see the show. Visiting the camp, seeing those notorious gunslingers, the ferocious Indians, and the daring, reckless cowboy scouts in their natural habitat.
Hello, Delmonico's. Table for 20.
And soon, Annie was the very first superstar this growing-up country ever saw. Annie and Frank had a high old time exploring the newest big city contraptions. Not to mention young Tom Edison's newest invention.
Move! Move! Everyone does that. Maybe make like you're shooting something, Sweet Pea. Ah, the rifle. Good. Beautiful. Perfect. Of course it's perfect. She always is. She's a superstar.
And through it all, Annie and Frank still led themselves the normal domestic life.
Good night, baby.
Oh, good night, Sweet Pea.
Dad blasted mosquito.
London?
Why not? London, Paris, maybe even Germany.
But, Bill, what about Greenville?
Greenville. Princess. Get with it. This is the 80s. This is the big time. Big cities. Big time show business. London, you're going to love London. I promise you, you'll see. We're going to be twice as big over there.
Sure enough, the Wild West was even a bigger hit in London than it had been in New York. Fact is, those English folk had just about been dying to see what we've been up to, ever since we had that little spat with them about 100 years back. Thousands of people crowded in, and by far the star of the show was Little Miss Sure Shot. How they raved about her. Well, in their own way, of course. Not just in the ring, mind you, but socially, too. All of England loved her natural charm.
Your Majesty, Queen Victoria.
Miss Oakley, fine shooting, fine indeed.
Oh, I'm just deeply honored. May I please present to you my husband?
It's a great pleasure.
No, you bow.
I'm sorry.
Frank Butler. It's your 50th Jubilee, isn't it? Imagine being Queen of England for 50 years.
Yes, well, it is secure. Not much chance of advancement. But I suppose when you're the head of a sovereign state, there isn't much further up you can go. Where do you come from, my child? New York?
Oh, no. I'm just from a small little town, country town, Greenville, Ohio. But it's a fine place.
No need to apologize. Us, we prefer the country life.
Really? You do?
Yes, the plain, homespun life.
It is the best thing in the world, isn't it?
Rustic simplicity. Windsor Castle. Now that's simple living.
You don't think I could ask you just a small favor, do you? You see, it'd be great if I could just get a little token to show my mom that I met you. A photograph, perhaps, or...
Oh, nonsense. I'd be delighted. Delighted. I must say, it's the least I could do for the brilliant marksman of the Western Plains, who conquered the British Empire single-handedly. Well, it's been lovely, but we must dash.
Oh, you're going to stop by and see Buffalo Bill before you leave.
Oh, yes, we'll try. We'll try. Oh, catchy tune. Always cheers me up.
Bye now.
The Queen came here? But she didn't come to see me. Did she forget the name of the show?
Oh, Cody.
What a sweet and simple little girl of the Western Plains it is. You couldn't wait to get that picture up on your wall, could you? Oh, you wanted everyone to know that she came here to see you and didn't come to see me. I bet you just love that.
Oh, you're just tired.
Oh, an observant little girl of the Western Plains. Quick as a whip. How about that? Any other gems you'd care to drop? Any other pearls of wisdom?
Oh, well, you know the old saying about pearls, don't you?
Pretty fancy words for a girl from Darke County.
Oh, pretty fancy words for a boy from LeClaire, Iowa. Oh, come on, Will. No, let's fight.
Oh, here comes the old charm, huh? That doesn't always work, sweet cakes.
Cody.
Maybe with your pals, Vicky, and your fawning psycho.
Cody.
Okay, Uncle. Oh. Who needs it anyway?
Oh, what in tarnation's going on with you?
Hey, Sweet Pea.
What?
Did Cody tell you about the invitation?
What invitation?
Well, it's from Prince Wilhelm. You're going to Germany, honey. You're going to shoot for the prince.
Germany? Me by myself.
That's right.
Just like you always wanted.
Oh, Cody, don't you ever stop.
Oh, look at those pretty green eyes.
They're blue.
You've had those eyes on the #1 slot ever since the first day you got here, didn't you? Huh? Yeah. I ought to have known all those medals you're all the time wearing. That should have been the tip-off.
Did I walk in the middle of something here?
Yeah, you were just sitting there, biding your time, waiting your chance. Well, go. Go on. I'm sure Germany will be very happy to see you. And tell Billy Boy howdy from me.
So Annie went on to Germany by herself, while the Wild West stayed behind. She was an international superstar now, the toast of the world. But that wasn't it for Annie. Although she was famous, something was missing. Annie and Frank sailed back to New York.
Oh, Jimmy. What did I do? I always wanted Mama to see me in the Wild West show. Jimmy, what am I going to do?
Oh, come on, honey. You don't need me to tell you what to do. You're always real good at figuring out your own answers now. What do you see in your heart, Sweet Pea?
I hate to tell you. I missed that show.
Well, then, go pay a call on old Bill Cody. You know, they're right over on Staten Island again.
I wouldn't talk to that buzzard. Not after what he said and did. I wouldn't talk to him if he came here banging on that door, hat in hand, begging me on. Oh, thanks. Here you go.
Annie Oakley. Oh, my. I'm Winthrop Gardner, and me and my buddy Gordon, we're going to run away next summer and join the Wild West.
You're going to run away?
Yeah, I'm going to be a marksman, just like you, Miss Oakley.
Now, what does your mom say about all that? Isn't she going to miss you?
Nah.
You know, Winthrop, the Wild West, it's a wonderful, wonderful show to be in. You know, it just might be the best place a person could ever be. But home is a mighty sweet place, too, and you oughtn't be hoping and jumping up to leave it too soon. Believe me, I don't know. And anyway, if I'm not mistaken, you're not quite full grown yet.
I'm near 12 years old next fall.
I'll make you a deal. When you turn 18, you come visit me, and I'll help you join the Wild West.
You will?
I promise, and I never break my promises.
Well, okay, I guess. But, Miss Oakley, can I just go get Gordon so he can meet you? Please? Please?
Okay, go on. Oh, pretty cute, these kids.
You really do miss that show, don't you?
Young Gordon's pretty quick. Yes, sir, the one. The only.
I don't ask anything but to come in, Miss Annie.
Well, what is it, Bill? Are your receipts down?
Mighty harsh words, but I reckon I deserve them.
His receipts are down. Well, come on in.
Frank?
Hello, Bill.
You know, I'm not coming back, Cody.
Well, I'm not asking you to, Annie. I'm not saying anything. I just want to... Well, I'm not exactly the sort of man who's very good at apologizing.
Is that what this is?
Could be.
Well, I guess it's about as close to something resembling an apology as I might get from you at that. Now, supposing I was to come back.
Don't be toying with me.
I wouldn't do that.
You mean you might?
There's just one thing. It's Greenville. Now, you know, Bill, I have been yearning and yearning to go back home with the show. The whole show, the whole Wild West. I want my folk. I want my mama to see me shoot. I want all my people to see what I do, to see my show.
My show.
I want my mama to see me shoot. It's my roots, that's what I am. And that's what I ask.
And then you'd come back?
Could be.
Well, I could see what I could do.
Well, it's got to be Greenville. If you give me Greenville, I'll sign up right now.
You're a tough one, Annie. You always were. I'll see what I can do.
Well, you know, I have my old contract right in this drawer, and, you know, I could just sign it and date it now and save us some time, and...
A surprise and an honor. Welcome home, Princess. Frank?
Bill?
Did you see me?
Yes, I did.
Did you see what he did? He came in here just a-hoping, not expecting nothing.
Nah.
Almost like a regular human being.
Take a look at this.
That's buzzer!
Ladies and gentlemen, that little girl from Darke County, your own native daughter, the pride of Greenville, that international superstar, Miss Annie Oakley! Now, ladies and gentlemen, a trick never before tried. Miss Oakley will shoot a dime out of her husband's hand using not her natural vision, not a mirror, but the shiny blade of a Bowie knife.
are my little angels. Annie Fern and Cornelius Edgar.
Hello. Joe. Yes, sir.
Joseph, how are
Frank,
you?
you're looking good.
Thank you.
Glad to tell you we finally moved to Hyde Park.
Well, congratulations. No, well, that's wonderful.
Oh, Mama. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to show you this.
Oh, Annie, I am so proud of you.
You know that was the only thing I was missing. I can be truly happy now.
Oh, Frank,
And you.
this is so exciting. And I see that you're still as handsome as ever.
Well, and you haven't changed a bit either, Ida. Have some words.
Okay, but just a bit.
Hello, Cody.
Great show, Annie.
Thanks. I'd like to present to you my mama. This is Buffalo Bill Cody.
Mrs. Moses, this is a genuine pleasure. One that I have too long been denied. I've been begging Annie to let me bring my show here to Greenville.
Cody.
Annie, he is just like you said. Only he's even more full of blarney than I thought.
Well, it's great to have you back, Princess.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know I can't get along without you. Things just weren't the same when you weren't here.
Is that a real apology?
The humblest.
Oh, I never could sing that at you. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. Come here and meet everybody else. This is Lida, and this is Joe, and this is their children over there.
Hello there,
That's
children.
Annie Fern and Cornelius Edgar.
Scout Bull,
This
how
is
you
Buffalo
doing?
Bill Cody.
To Greenville.
To Greenville.
Well, after that, they toured and toured. Annie never missed a day, never missed a shot, neither. Finally, in 1910, the Wild West folk kind of went their own separate ways. In 1917, Cody went on to that big show place in the sky, where no doubt he set himself up a rip-roaring time. And long around the 1920s, Annie and Frank retired. They couldn't help but marvel at the changes they'd seen.
Now they got these X-rays, cameras that can see right through you. And those airplanes, what was the name of that fellow who flew across the Atlantic?
Lindbergh.
Gosh, can you imagine being able to just pick up and fly anywhere you wanted to?
I don't know. Who'd ever dreamed of something like that? Look at this. You know, I feel like we kind of watched this all happen. We saw it all. A great big country growing up right in front of our eyes.
And all those people.
Yeah.
Jimmy, they just gave me so much.
Oh, come on. You gave them a bit of yourself, too, sweet pea. The romance of the West.
Oh, that was me.
International superstar.
Just like you always said, Jimmy.
Well. Oh, it sure was something, huh, sweet pea?
Oh, it was something, Jimmy.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.